YouTube channel and throughout social media. We're going to get you out of here well before the top of that. We'll give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the drive-thru at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Here's over at Sports Picks for the games beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, we got Jay Briggs with us, Rod Zawacky, Nick Menken with us, Wayne Scott, Brian Bitler. James Clark, we hope, is with us. He's just dealing with service issues, but if he's on, he'll be on a little later in the show. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. Briggs, Bitler, Scott, Zawacky, Menken. And then if James has service, he'll join us, and I will close this one out. All right, we're through with the Major League Baseball All-Star break. Now we got the 14 games on the schedule. Actually, we got 13 games. We got the Padres, Phillies just started. Rays and Royals are postponed tonight, so that gives us 13 games on the card. So let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in Jay Briggs. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Jay right now. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening?
It's going great. All right, here we go tonight. Back to the Major League Baseball as we roll here with the Marlins and Orioles going head-to-head tonight. With these Orioles at home, they're the favorite here at minus 134. We see a total here of 8.
Yeah, I think this is one of the better games on tonight. I'm super excited to watch it. The both teams, are having years better than I think most people would have expected. Dean Kramer, he's been solid this year, 9-4, 4.7 ERA. Sandy Alcantara, not having the Cy Young year he had last year, but I did like a few things that I seen from Sandy coming down the stretch. And I think today the money Marlins get a dub today in Baltimore. I'm going to take them on the money line in this one. When you go look at it, Sandy, they did lose to Philly, but eight hits, only one earned. He got cranked by the Braves, but the Braves are cranking everybody, if you haven't heard. And I really like what I seen from them against Boston. 7 innings, six hits, one earned. I think during the second half of the season, we see Sandy Alcantara start to become that Cy Young guy he was last year. I expect a much better second half from him. The Marlins, who have also hit way better this year, I expect their offense to get to Kramer a little bit, who we did kind of see struggle in his own right. And I love the plus money we're getting with the money Marlins today. I think the bats back up Sandy Alcantara. I think the bullpen does as well. And I'm going to sprinkle some on the money line.
All right, Jay says go with the Marlins. It's a plus price, plus 121, plus 124. Do your shopping, get the best record. Of course, Kramer on the mound here has had some success against winning teams. Of course, Sandy showing a little bit, looks like he's getting out of this. You see him really closing out here with a good second half.
Yeah, I do. I see a great second half for Sandy. I do. And then Dean Kramer, like I said, the last time we seen him at home, it was not a good start. The 3 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs as the Minnesota Twins cranked them. I think maybe the Marlins might not do as much damage, but I definitely think they do some. I'd see a better outing from Sandy and the bullpen for the Marlins, and I see a win in their future tonight.
All right, we got Jay here on this one here with the Marlins here at plus 121. That's the play here from Jay. So let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and get the NBA Summer League here. We'll put those odds in right now so we can go over it with the Jay here in today's action. Thunder Wizards, we got some games in progress here. We see here the Wizards with a big lead here, 98-85, under 2 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. And they were dogs here, 6.5.
Yeah, this is, I would say, roster manipulation going on in this game. The guys, all the main guys for the Thunder did not play. Chet Holmgren and the crew did not play. It wasn't announced till right before tip. And that's why you see the Thunder still as a huge favorite. The Wizards, they came to play today. Now 13-point lead, and it looks like they're going to pull off the huge upset.
All right, 3 minutes to go in the third here. 76ers and the Clippers on ESPN2. Sixers up 72-61. They're dogs 2.5, and we see a total 186.5.
Yeah, I was liking the Clips in this one. The Clips have showed me some things early in this summer league, and I thought that they were going to go ahead and get themselves another win in this one. Game not quite over yet. I do think they could possibly close this gap a little bit as we head into the fourth quarter.
All right, this one begins here, bottom of the hour, Celtics and Knicks. We see that the favorite here, Boston, minus 3.5, total 182.5.
Yeah, I've kind of Boston has stood out more for me off the page than this New York Knicks team. The Knicks don't really have anybody that jumps off the page. They have one win over Orlando. That was a good game, but other than that, I didn't like what I saw from them against Philly and Brooklyn. I like Jordan Walsh for the Boston Celtics. We've seen them get a win against a good Lakers team in their last one, and I think the momentum probably carries over for Boston. So I like Boston to get that win in that one.
All right, Jay here on Boston to get the win. Next game up here as we take a look here, a little bit of rundown here with Jay here on the NBA Summer League. Next up here, Mavericks and Pacers at 7 Eastern Time. ESPN has this one. We see the Pacers favor 3.5. Total sits at 180.5.
Yeah, this is a very interesting game. We're going to see two totally different teams in this one than we've seen previously. The Mavs second-year guy, Jaden Hardy, he will not play in this one. He will shut down for the remainder of the Summer League. And same thing for Benedict Mathurin for the Indiana Pacers. And y'all know me, those are the main guys I've been trying to look to attack, second-year guys that have had NBA experience that are now playing down to competition in the Summer League. But, in this one, I lean towards the Mavs getting the points. I kind of like their younger crew better with Omax Lively and Mike Miles Jr., but I want to watch this game to see how these two teams respond without their top scorers now moving forward in the Summer League.
All right, continue on here on our rundown here, joined by Jay. And we've got Heat and Nuggets here, 8:30 Eastern Time, NBA TV. Heat favored on the road, 5.5. We see the total 175.5.
Yeah, this is another tough one. I think Miami for sure gets the win with the 5.5. Makes me a little nervous. The Nuggets have not won a game in the Summer League, but they've been fairly competitive in all of them. These two teams do have one common opponent. That common opponent is Milwaukee. Denver lost that game 92-85. Miami took Milwaukee behind the woodshed 91-72. I do think Miami wins the game. I lean them laying the 5.5. Makes me nervous, though.
All right, let's continue on here. Summer League rundown at 8-9 Eastern Time. Spurs and Pistons on ESPN with the Pistons favored 4.5. Total sits 181.5.
Yeah, I like this Pistons team a lot. They're fielding a lot of guys that are going to be getting minutes for them in the regular season. But I have some concern that they're trying to see what they have on the end of their bench as well. I have concern that the main guys for Detroit might not get the minutes we think they should. And I think San Antonio is a live dog in this one. I would lean towards San Antonio plus the 4.5. Or on the money line. This is a group that's played together a lot now. They have almost as many Summer League games teams as anybody else. And the games that they've played without Victor Wembanyama, they've played that San Antonio Spurs-type basketball, and we've seen it translate into wins.
All right, we got Jazz and Suns here, 10:30 Eastern Time, NBA TV. Suns dogs here. Jazz 6.5-point favorites, total 179.5.
The Jazz on paper look to be the better team. Their best player, Keontae George, did get hurt in that last one. This is a game, as I talk, you have to go and really make sure Keontae George is playing. All the information is not as readily available as normal, but Phoenix hasn't shown me anything that suggests that they will, win this game. Can they hang around? Possibly, but I much rather have the Jazz in this game, the team that has shown to be more proven and have not lost a Summer League game yet.
All right, we close out the Summer League schedule. Late night start, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Grizzlies and Lakers on ESPN. Lakers 2.5-point favorites, total 181.5.
The Lake Show, man, 2-1 currently in the Summer League. They dropped their last one to the Celtics. I had them in that game. I'm going to fade them today. Memphis, I thought coming into the Summer League was one of the best Summer League teams there are, and now they're currently 1-2. They got blown out by Cleveland. It was a real head scratcher in that one, and then lost to the Clippers in their last one. I think we see them bounce back today. I don't think the Lakers have anybody down low that is going to be able to compete with Kenneth Lofton Jr. I expect a huge game from him today, and I think the Grizzlies will be victorious in this one, and I'll take them on the money line.
All right, let's recap it again here for the games to begin here. Celtics, Knicks.
Celtics for the win.
Mavericks, Pacers.
Lean Mavs plus the 3.5 and money line as well.
All right, we go Heat, Nuggets.
Heat on the money line. It's a great parlay piece if you're looking for something to add some filler onto your parlays for the night.
Spurs, Pistons.
Probably my favorite one on here. I expect the Spurs to win this game outright.
Jazz, Suns.
Small lean on the Utah Jazz in this one.
That's from Jay. And, of course, Grizzlies, Lakers.
And I think the Grizzlies will be victorious and pull this game out on the money line over the Lake Show.
All right, there you go. The NBA Summer League rundown here from Jay. Summer League runs to the 17th. The 17th will be the final game. Who do you see going head-to-head in this finals?
Yes, that is a very good question, Tony T. I don't have an answer for it yet because a lot of these teams, the guys that have scored the most points, did a lot of the groundwork, are no longer playing. So it's kind of like we're starting from day one almost today. We got to see what these teams look like without the second-year guys that have NBA experience. A lot of those guys are now starting to sit. So we kind of got to watch out for these teams now and how they adjust. So I'll probably have an answer for you. What's today? Well, on my video tomorrow, I'll probably have a better answer after tonight's action.
After tonight's action, as we get into the knockout stages, then we get to the finals here on Monday. Summer League action.
If I had to, though, Cleveland.
Huh?
There we go.
Okay. The team came out. Cleveland Cavaliers, the team he likes here to win the Summer League. But on the record here with the baseball, Marlins plus 121 against the Orioles for tonight's action on the diamond. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, Jay showing good results here in a Major League Baseball for this year. 302 units of profit. Jay, we have a 15-game card down to 13 now with the rain out and the game in progress. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Print?
Yes, sir. I got a money-making 3-pack on for sale tonight. All Major League Baseball action. My $19 play of the day also included in that 3-pack, man. We're just trying to keep it rolling in Major League Baseball. I'm happy to have it back, man, and I'm ready to attack the second half of the season. So hop on the 3-pack, hop on the play of the day, or hop on some long-term, man, and let's continue making some money throughout the summer.
That's right, guys. I got aboard with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dog Stream. Great results going in Major League Baseball. 3-packs, a great way to roll here on the weekend. Get all of Jay's premium plays here for Major League Baseball Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout will save you 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-point capper promotion. Even greater value there. Christmas and July. Keep an eye on those specials coming up soon. All right, Jay, as always, great having you show. To that success. We'll catch up with you next week. Let everybody know they can catch you here. You got that NBA Summer League rundown video as well as part of the morning show there on the weekends.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So y'all can catch me on the Jam Session Summer League rundown tomorrow, and I'll be hosting the Pick Dogs Morning Show in the morning with all the guys. So tune in as we run through the MLB card, and y'all know I'm going to try to pry as much information as I can out of the guys.
That's right. Jay knows how to roll. All right, Jay, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you Monday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Tony T. See you Monday.
See you Monday. Jay Briggs here on the Drive To. Let's continue on here on the show. Let's go to welcome in Brian Bitler. You'll catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. We'll bring Brian in right now, ready to roll here, back from his vacation. Brian, what's happening?
I'll tell you what, I love batting second here on the drive-through on a Friday night, definitely, and I'm so thankful we got sports back, at least Major League Baseball back in action tonight. I love the card tonight, so hopefully we can keep on cashing.
13 games to play on right now as we have a rain out and we have a game in progress right now. No score, bottom first, Padres and your Phillies going head-to-head tonight. And they got a doubleheader tomorrow, so keep an eye on that one as they will be playing 2 tomorrow with the Phillies and the Padres. I wish they would have made up that game on Thursday. They used to do that. They used to make up those games on the Thursday, but no, they decided to play 2 on Saturday. But tonight, we'll go out west here as those Tigers make the trip to face the Mariners with the Mariners favored at -172, a total of 7.
Tell you what, I'm going to roll with one of my favorite teams, and that's the Detroit Tigers on the run line tonight in Seattle on the drive-through. This line really absolutely gigantic, and we all know how Seattle over the last 2 years or so love those one-run games. I think we're going to see a 3-2, 2-1 type of ball game. Eduardo Rodriguez, maybe his finest season in the big leagues, 4-4 with a 2.64 ERA, a 1.00 WHIP. And on the other side, Luis Castillo, maybe the best pitcher in baseball, but he's only 6-6 this season, not getting a ton of run support. Tigers and Mariners ranked near the bottom of Major League Baseball in batting average. Tigers 25-19 run line on the road this year, and Mariners at home money burning 18-26 to the run line. So for me, I'm going to take the Detroit Tigers plus 1.5. But I think Seattle wins it on the money line. So I know you can't parlay that, but I like the Tigers plus 1.5 tonight.
All right, we got Brian here. Tigers run line, take the plus 1.5 here, -140 here against the Mariners. Yeah, the Mariners always tough to lay 2 runs with, a 1.5 with, because not the greatest hitting team They've been really an under team when they face really good AL pitchers with ERAs of 3.4 or lower, 16-4 to the under at home. We know Castillo at home has a pretty good ERA. So you look really here at this one, a pitcher's duel?
I look at it as a pitcher's duel. Eduardo Rodriguez needs really to go 7 innings tonight because Tigers don't have the best bullpen in baseball. Their team ERA, I think, is near the bottom of the league, and Seattle has one of the best team ERAs in baseball, team-wise. But to me, I just think it's going to be a low-scoring game where runs are going to be tough to come by.
All right, there you go, Brian. Tigers run line, take the 1.5, -140 against the Mariners. This one to have a start time here of 10 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, on the board tonight, we got 13 games here from Major League Baseball. Brian having a fantastic year in Major League Baseball, 918 units of profit, also showing good profit, all sports combined, over the past 30 days. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Tell you what, my best bet's always my titanium play. You can get that $15 titanium at pickdogs.com. I'm 5-1 last 6, and long-term 189, 139 and 1. That's a 57% hit rate on 330 $15 titaniums. Also have one other premium pick in baseball tonight. I did have a square dance and 3-pack, but that first game is underway. Padres and Phillies right now, so we'll see how that goes.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the great results in baseball, 918 units of profit. All documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. Got that titanium wager, that $15 premium play is on the board right now. Or you can go long-term. A lot of folks like that 3-pack. Get Brian's premium plays for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The 3-pack right there. Pick is a promo code. Save that 15% off. All right, Brian, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Yeah, I tell you what, a little bit hot out here for square dances, and it's close to 100 degrees, so I might stay in tonight. But I'm telling you, I might show up on the weekend show. Looking forward to all those guys. Jay Briggs does a tremendous job, and definitely hope we can get hot here and coast right through the weekend.
That's right. Get out right down coast to the weekend. Coast catch the weekend show. We'll get Brian up there with the crew with some plays. All right, Brian, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you next week.
See you, Tony. Have a good one.
You got it. Brian Bitler here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue on the show. Guys, if you miss any picks, we will recap at the end of the show. Let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. Up next, let's get to Wayne Scott. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Hope you got his fight picks yesterday. You guys can watch the replay. We had a lot of NFL season win totals during the week. If you happen to miss any of the shows with no baseball, you can always go back and watch the replay. Let's bring Wayne in right now. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family?
It's going great here, Wayne. We go Major League Baseball out west tonight with the Twins Athletics going head-to-head. We're showing a big line here. Twins -194, total of 8.
Yes, sir. Tony, can you let me know? You see Ken Waldichuk on the mound for the Athletics, right? Because they didn't have a picture out earlier when I had this, but the pitching really doesn't concern me through the Athletics. Yes. They don't have a lot of great pictures, but this one to me is just I'm basing it off the bats, man. Both of these teams before the break, very slow bats. Athletics in the last 6, they scored 3 or less, and at least 5 of those. Same thing with the Twins. In their last 10, they've scored 2 or less in their last 5 of those. We see them struggle against the Orioles, struggle to put up runs, and Athletics struggle to put up runs. They got Kenta Maeda on the mound. We've seen him pitch pretty good recently. He's got rocked one time out, but he's bounced back very good recently. In the bullpens, we have rested bullpens here. Both of these teams been trending to unders, as the Twins are 18-27 to the under, and the Athletics are 24-37 to the under. In this situation, when Athletics are at home and they are dogs, they are 20-22 to the under. So if you bet the under, it's hitting at a 47% clip. And on the other side of that, the Twins, when they are road favorites, which they are tonight, they've gone under 7 times and over 10 times. So I'm taking the under in this one, under 8.5. They're giving us the hook. Take that hook. I see 5-3 game, 4-3 game at tops, and I'm kind of leaning with the Athletics here, man. I just do not trust this this Twins batting lineup. I feel like right now I can go out there and give you 5 good innings versus Twins, and we can might be able to stay under this total. But they're gonna have to prove me wrong. And the Athletics on the other side, their bats aren't strong, and I like Maeda on the mound, so give me the under 8.5 in this one.
The 8.5 under. The sharpest book in the world has 8. That's about the only book that has 8. Everybody else 8.5. So you know where the sharp money is going. It's going under in this game. Waldichuk is the pitcher here, and of course Waldichuk has been certainly much an opener over the past 2 starts. So it's been interesting to see if probably that's what they're going to roll here with Waldichuk. He's had a rough year. Maybe they're just going to give him an inning or 2 and serve as an opener role.
Yeah, and I actually think, like you said, he's had a rough year, 6 ERA, 1.8 WHIP. But I actually think against this Twins lineup that he can go out there and give them a few good innings, whether he goes out there and gives them 4 or if he's just out there for 1 or 2. I think he does enough to keep this one under the total. I just don't see the Twins bats getting hot here just because it's the Athletics. The Athletics, they do fight pretty hard at home, so I just love this under in this one. I think that's the best play in this game, and I wouldn't mind sprinkling a little plus money with the Athletics. I'm just not a fan of this Twins bats, as you guys can hear.
Twins on the road hitting just .219 on the road, so it's been a real struggle here for the Twins to generate runs. And of course, the Athletics just .210 hitting at home. Under 8.5 here, Twins and Athletics, and I thought I saw a 6.5 in their game tomorrow. I was looking at the game. Yeah, so we're looking. Looks like the award's out on this series here. This one have a start time here, 9:40 Eastern time. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, it's all baseball. 13 games remaining here on the board for Major League Baseball. Showing great results over the last 30 days. Wayne has been hot here. 2,418 units of profit. All sports combined for the last 30 days been hot. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
My play of the day has started, but I do have a 3-pack out for you guys. 4 plays in total, and I got my last 3 packed up for you guys. So if you want to hop on that 3-pack to get all those plays, you would have had to been on my 3-day, 7-day, monthly, or yearly pass. So looking to get in that too, and 2-for-1 handicapper special. I'm gonna get on here and promote that all the time, and use that promo code PICK to save a couple bucks while you buying these picks. And let's continue to cash, man. Let's stay hot on this weekend, and let's continue to run these units up in the MLB and get ready for this booze ball to come up.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Wayne Scott over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's been red hot, as you can see here. 2,400 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. So get on board right now with Wayne and get signed up to one of those long-term passes. I know we have a Christmas in July coming up, so you may consider the long-term pass, 30-day pass, the 1-year all sports pass. Remember, the all sports passes include postseason as well as the NFL preseason when you get signed up. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great weekend. Enjoy the fight weekend. We'll catch up with you again next weekend. And we can always catch on those on the weekend shows.
Yes, sir. Plenty of boxing coming up in this month, so I'll be trying to give you guys out some bangers on that. And good luck with your bets, everybody. I look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow on the morning show with Jay, and let's cash on them.
Let's cash it. Indeed. Wayne Scott here on the drive-through. Guys, if you missed any picks, we're going to recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-through. Up next, Rod Zawacky. Catch him over at Pick Dog Premium. We'll bring in Rod right now. He's beginning to us on the show. I think we're set to roll here with Rod Zawacky. Let's get him in here in just a second here on State Friday. Rod Zawacky. Rod, what's happening?
Hey, not too much. How you doing, Tony? First, I gotta apologize. Sorry, I put everybody on the outs. They stink. My apologies. That definitely we try to win them all, and that was not the spot. I don't think the Elks are going to win a game at all this year. They're in trouble.
Yep.
Big trouble. They've signed a coach for 4 years, and he's taken up 3 jobs, and he's not doing good, and they look awful.
Wow.
They're in trouble. A team that is in disarray? Yes, disarray. I figured after that last game, they looked like they were moving forward. No. They took 10 steps back last night. Turned the ball over too much, and it just wasn't pretty at all. So I apologize to everybody. That was an ugly loss.
What's the impact of these 2 spring leagues doing? How does it impact the quality of Canadian football now that we have these 2 spring leagues going on before the start of Canadian football?
Yeah, it might, right? Because some of those players that normally would be in that spring league, they come up to the CFL and play. So maybe, but I think the Elks are they're just the run of guys that they've been picking up and drafting is just not been working, and they need a quarterback. So that's big. That over the last couple of years for you need that one quarterback, the general, to run the show, and well, the Elks just don't have that. They've tried 3 different guys and had injuries, and and just to try to find the
Can't
general.
can't get Luis Perez.
Hey,
I'm sure Luis Perez could use a paycheck. He's not getting
I'm
any
sure
paycheck.
there's some guy. I'm sure that there's anybody better than what they got now. That's they can find a quarterback out there and bring him in. Like, come on.
I mean, I know some of these guys probably want to get into some NFL camp, so that's another issue there with some of these spring ballers, right? Because these spring ballers, they probably, well, let me see if I can get into a training camp before I commit to Canadian football.
Oh, correct. Like if you look, BC's QB from last year, who played lights out. Well, he's playing for the NFL now. So definitely, if they excel in the CFL and the NFL team comes to call, and well, they're going to go a run. And can you blame them? It's almost 20 times the money to go play in the NFL as the base salary as it is in the CFL. So it does affect some of the guys, the talents you do get. And then also you have to. In the CFL, you have to have so many Canadian players on the team. So you have to take the university players, and then just some of the ones that are coming up, just not as good as we have seen in the years moving forward in the CFL. Do I think it's going to kill and move things going forward? We'll find some new guys and some new talent, and it just takes some time.
Yeah, not everybody can play hockey in Canada. Not everybody can play hockey in Canada.
No, exactly. Not everybody can play hockey, and I think the way those times where there was no football for that little bit of time where there was no football going on, I think that didn't help the CFL. So now it's going to take a little bit to get things rolling. And like I said, we need to find a quarterback. we need a general. The Elks are missing a general, someone to lead the team, to give them that oomph when they get down. A veteran leader in the CFL. Some of these guys it's their first season playing the CFL. As we see that he didn't know that you give up the rouge when you don't kneel in the end zone when the ball rolls in.
No. That's right. That is right. All right, here we go. We go up to the Diamond tonight. Baseball back here from the All-Star break. White Sox and Braves going head-to-head, 7:20. Braves big favorites here, total 9.5.
Yeah, Braves are big favorites here for a reason. You look the way they performed in the first half of the year. Played lights out. Going against the White Sox here in this one, you get Kopech getting his return from the injured reserve and his inflamed shoulder. And when I look at the numbers for Kopech at the start of the year, sure, he wasn't pitching so well, but he turned things around. That was prior to his last 3 starts, he was turning things around and not walking guys, which was his issue. Control issue was big, and he was giving up 6 walks, right? And then after about May 12th, you look, and he started to clear that up, where he gave it 1 walk, 2 walks, 1 walk, 1 walk. And then you go back to his last 3 games, he reverted back to 6 walks, 3 walks, 7 walks. And that's been his issue. If you do that against the Braves, well, then you're going to have big problems here. But I think that shoulder has had time to heal. I think he comes back, and I think we can get the good Kopech that has a little bit of control. He has no issues, and that fastball. We know the Braves can hit that fastball, but I think he steps up here in the spot and has a good start for the White Sox here in this one. And while on the other side of the mound, we know what Morton can do. Morton's definitely just been rolling right along. His last 3, 2.12 ERA over his last 3 starts, and just been pitching lights out. I think the Braves can't ask for anything more from Charlie Morton, because he's exceeded expectations for this season, that's for sure. Does he continue? I think he can be had. I think this White Sox lineup can definitely catch a few runs off him early and get them the lead. And I think Kopech goes deep in this game. I think he has a great start. I like Kopech over his 4.5 Ks in this one. I think he can easily strike that over. And we're going to hit the White Sox here on the plus 1.5. I think they can keep this a 1-run game. They're 24-21 on the road this season to that run line, where the Braves are below 500 on that to the run line at home. They have covered the run line in 10 straight, but I don't think they can cover them all. You look at the pitching in this one. Braves averaging 5.8 runs a game. White Sox averaging 4.2, so that's a 1.6 run differential. We only need a 1-run game. So if the White Sox win it outright, great for us. If the Braves win, I think it's a 1-run game here. So give me the White Sox plus the 1.5 in this one.
All right, Rod says White Sox plus the 1.5 runs plus 130 here against the Braves. It's a return here from the All-Star. Yeah, the White Sox team, capable of producing runs. The key with them is offensive consistency.
Exactly, right? And we know that Roberts is he stepped out of the All-Star game because he had some issues of twinging, but he's back to 100%. And I think these bats can get to Morton and get some runs early and give Kopech a little bit of run support early in this game and play with a lead. And I think that'll help Kopech as the innings roll on. I think he can go 6 or 7 innings here in this one. And the White Sox have a lead at that point and hang on to it.
All right, there we go. Rod here with this play here on the White Sox. The run line, take the 1.5 runs plus 130 against the Braves. Of course, do your line shopping, get the best numbers. All right, Rod, we always ask you about these peripherals. I see a lot of Canadian football here Friday and a couple on Saturday.
Yeah, when we look at this first one tonight, I think this is a huge mismatch in this one tonight. This Toronto Argonauts team is for real. The defending champs, but rolling right along. You look in there, they've scored 32 in the first game, 43 in the second game, 45 in their last game against BC, and looked real well doing it and going against this Montreal team, who they at 500, 2-2 on the year. I think Toronto's just too much of a juggernaut, and they roll over Montreal in that one tonight. So I'm going to take the Argonauts minus the 6.5. I think I see it at 7.5. Either way, I think they win by 10 in that one. And the other one, I'm going to go with Saskatchewan at home. Saskatchewan at home in Saskatchewan, tough place to play for Calgary. And Calgary's had their issues offensively, moving and scoring points. And so is Saskatchewan, but I think that home crowd wins it out here in this one. Takes Saskatchewan in that game on tomorrow. 2 games tomorrow, Saturday. And then Ottawa is in trouble against Winnipeg. Winnipeg is just by far the better team. In Ottawa, as I said, their quarterback is out. He got hurt last game, and now they're running with a rookie. He looked good in training camp. But this is his first time getting a start in that QB position. So this Winnipeg team is too grizzled and veteran, and they made it to the Grey Cup the last 2 seasons, winner of it, and just missed out last season. They've made the last 3 seasons, mind you, that did the Grey Cup. My bad, they won 2 of them, and they just missed out on 3-peats. So this is a tough spot here for Ottawa. Winnipeg runs right over them.
There you go. Rod with the purple picks here from Canadian football. Of course, he's on record here tonight with the White Sox run line plus 1.5 runs plus 130 against the Braves. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, baseball has returned. We have 13 games remaining here on the board here from Major League Baseball. Of course, Rod on fire here over the last 30 days, as you can see here with Rod. 629 units of profit, all document over at Pick Dodge Print. What do you have going on over at the site?
And over the site tonight, I've got a 3-pack Steak Friday triple. 3 plays in the MLB I absolutely love. It also is included in that triple is my play of the day. It's on a nice 31-14 run. You can scoop it up singly, or as I said, it's included in that package over at Big Dogs Premium. Grab a 3-day, grab a 7-day, grab a 30-day. We're back with baseball and all its glory, and I'm excited to continue. As we see, we've been hot heading into the first half of the season, and I think we continue to roll here in the second half. Second half of the MLB, I've always been better than the first half, so jump aboard. Let's make some money with the MLB.
Excited. Be here with Rod Zawacky over at Pick Dodge Room. Great results over the last 30 days, so get on board with Rod. He's got that $15 bookie bomb up there. Of course, the long-term passes will serve you well. We're getting close to Christmas in July. Packages up there. And, of course, that 3-day pass, very popular here on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All of Rod's premium plays for that period of time. Pick as a promo code, save that 15% off. All right, Rod, as always, great having the show. Have yourself a great weekend. Enjoy Steak Friday. I know we can catch you also on the weekend shows.
Yeah, definitely going to enjoy my steak tonight, and definitely tune in tomorrow, the morning show, 10 a.m. Eastern time. As Jay says, he'll definitely prize with as much information out of all the cappers you see on that morning show tomorrow. So definitely tune in. You see a whole lot of familiar faces that you see here on the drive-thru. Appreciate everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Hit that thumbs up. Cost you nothing. Helps us out a ton. We appreciate everybody. Good luck with your bets tonight.
Indeed. Good luck with your bets. And Rod, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again on Monday here on the show.
You too, Tony. Have yourself a good weekend. See you Monday.
See you Monday. Rod Zawacky here on the Drive Thru. Guys, if you missed a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. Let's welcome in Nick Menken. Catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. Hope you're catching his video series, those Nerfies Zerfies. Nick's been impressive numbers up there. He's seen top of the leaderboard for the year. It's been fantastic work from Nick Menken. We'll bring him in right now. Former big-time college baseball athlete. Ready to roll here with Nick. Nick, what's happening?
Tony T, it's good to be back. I had a little vacation back in Chicago, but we're back here ready for the second half of MLB.
Yeah, ready for the second half of MLB. And this team, this Reds, we talked about this a few weeks ago about the culture change with the Cincinnati Reds, but the Brewers still tough competitors. They're on the road here, big series. Brewers favorite here, minus 113, total 10.5.
Yeah, right now the Cincinnati Reds are first in the NL Central. They're 50-41. But the Milwaukee Brewers are 49-42. They are a game back of this first place Cincinnati Reds team. That's a little weird for me to say the Cincinnati Reds in first place, but they have a spark to this team, I must say. Right now for the Milwaukee Brewers, Corbin Burnes will be on the mound today. He's 7-5 with a 3.94 ERA. In his last outing, actually, it was against the Reds too. He went 6 innings on 3 hits and 2 earned runs. He got the win in that matchup. The Milwaukee Brewers, before the All-Star break, their current record in division play is 17-9. That's absolutely phenomenal in division play. They're 6-4 in their last 10 games before that All-Star break. And on the road this season, they're 23-21, 2 games above 500. While they will be matched up against Ashcraft for this Cincinnati Reds team, he's 4-6. He's got a higher ERA on 6.28. In his last outing, he did look good. He got the win against the Nationals, 6 innings pitched with 7 hits on 1 earned run. This Cincinnati Reds team, though, is currently 5th in MLB in runs per game. Before the All-Star break, they were 7-3 in their last 10 games, and they are also 23-21 at home. But I must say there's a ton of hype with this Cincinnati Reds team, especially with the addition of De La Cruz. I mean, you saw it against the Brewers. He stole second, he stole third, and then he stole home. This guy brings an absolute spark to the Cincinnati Reds team. We'll see what they could do in the second half. But I think this series and this matchup, it's got a lot on the line. Like I said, the Brewers are a game behind the Cincinnati Reds, and we'll see who comes out and who comes ready to play after that All-Star break. But the Reds are plus money at home. I absolutely love the Reds in this game. They're first in the NL Central. They got to win 2 games out of this 3-game series to keep that first place spot. So I like the Reds plus money line on this game.
All right, Nick here on the Reds, plus 104 against the Brewers. They're getting it done despite some really weaknesses in that starting rotation. Hunter Green's still out. This Reds team, how far can they go with some of this? Some of the performances they're getting from the 3, 4, and 5.
That's the biggest question. Is going to be the Reds bullpen. Can they last in this second half of the season? The Brewers, on the other hand, they have a really good bullpen and their starting arms, but they lack a little bit on their run production offensively for the Brewers. But I think the Reds know what's at stake. They still want to hold that first place in that NL Central. It's weird for me to say the Reds are first in that NL Central, but I think they hold on today. And with Cruz in that lineup, I mean, it's just a different team with him in the lineup. It gives them a lot of hope, especially for these fans and playing at home. I think the Reds come out with victory today.
All right, we got Nick here, Reds plus 104 here against the Brewers. This one to have a start time here, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Nick, let's take a look over at Pick Dog where we said that you've had a fantastic year, 2,164 units of profit. That is all documented over at Pick Dog. You can verify those numbers very easily. Go to Nick's handicapper page over at Pick Dogs. Go down to Pick History. You can verify all the plays up there. He's been on absolute fire. 13 games remaining on the board here for Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Got my MLB lock of the day. It's actually starting, I believe, 8 o'clock Eastern. That's still on the table with a 3-pack, and that 3-pack does include my MLB lock of the day for $40. Go check that out. Hit a 2-for-1 on Pick Dogs Capper, and let's cash in on this second half of the MLB.
Cashing in indeed with Nick Menken over at Pick Dodge Premium. You see the top of the leaderboards here, 2,164 units of profit for the year. Fantastic work from Nick. Get on board, plays tonight. A 3-pack up there. Again, the way Nick's running, you may consider the long-term pass or an MLB season pass. He has the remainder of Major League Baseball up there on the board for the second half. Also includes the postseason. Remember, the promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. It's $90 off that MLB season pass. So the way Nick's running, you may consider the long-term pass. Get that Major League Baseball season pass and win with Nick. He knows his baseball very well. He played it. He's a big-time college baseball athlete. All right, Nick, as always, we're having the show. Team that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. Let everybody know we catch your video series now up over at Pick Dogs.
Yeah, we're absolutely killing the Nerfies and Yerfies. Before the All-Star break, we were 14-1 in 5 days. Absolutely went on a tear of a run. We just smacked the Nerfie in the Padres and the Phillies in today's game. So look on YouTube. We're there, and every day we'll be busting out the Nerfie and Yerfies. That's
right. Nerfies from Nick. You can see the great results from Nick. A winner today already, as we have a scoreless game right now in Philadelphia and San Diego. I think they're into the 4th inning in that game, if I'm not mistaken. Darvish up there getting the job done. And, yep, it is no score as we're top of the 3rd in that game. By the way, we'll want to note here that the Marlins and Orioles will start in a rain delay. We saw the tarp on the field here during the pre-game show, and it will be in a rain delay, so we'll not start on time. All right, Nick, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, Tony. Good to be back. See you, Big Dog family.
Nick Menken here on the drive through. We'll continue here with our coverage, guys. If you missed any picks, we'll recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. All right, we got James. He's got connection, and we got a pick from James. So let's bring him in right now. James Clark, you catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll go ahead and bring him in right now. I think we're ready to roll here with James as we go to James right now. James, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. How are you tonight, buddy?
Everything's going great. All right, here we go. 8 p.m. Eastern time. Red Sox and Cubs. Interesting series here. The Cubs, they've shown they can compete. We'll see how they do here in the second half of the season. Red Sox, I don't think anybody's out of it in that AL East. These teams can compete. Red Sox favorite here, -128, a total of 9.5.
Yeah, Tony. You look at if you look at these two teams, you look at the Red Sox. Going into the All-Star break here, they've been red hot, winning 5 in a row, putting up a lot of runs too. In 3 of those 5 games, they scored 7, 10, and 10 runs. And like I said, in 3 of those 5 games, just their bats have been red hot. And here they are getting a little bit of rest, coming back from the All-Star break, and I think their bats stay hot. Also for the Cubs in their last 5 games, they won 3 of their last 5 games. They've been putting up decent runs, 3, 4 runs here, but I think they hit the ball well too. But I think a majority of your runs are going to come from the Red Sox team that's been real hot, and I look for them to put up a bunch of runs and get over this 9.5 total here.
All right, we got James here say go over 9.5 here. Red Sox and Cubs. I will say that making Brian Bayo has been pitching pretty impressively over the past few games. I think he's averaged giving up 2 earned runs or lower in about maybe 6 of his past 7 games. Hendricks, a steady arm there. We are seeing, again, wind blowing out a bit, 8 miles per hour, a warm night, but again, 63% of rain. So this one also possibly looking at some rain over there.
Yeah, he has been pitching good. That's why I think the majority of the runs is going to come from the Red Sox here with their bats and the way they've been hitting the ball. I think they come back, start like they did going into the All-Star break. Red hot here, putting up 7, 8 runs, and then you got Cubs maybe get 1 or 2 runs here late and get us over this number.
There we go here with James here. The Red Sox Cubs over the total here of 9.5 runs. This one will have a start time 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, James, let's go over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, a lot's going on over at Pick Dogs. 13 games here on the board from Major League Baseball. What do you have going over at the site?
I got a 3-pack going on, guys. 3 of the best plays that I really like. Kicking back off, from the All-Star break. We're ready to go 3-0 tonight, guys. And if we go 3-0, upgrade 3-7 or 30 days. Every time on the show, guys, we got the best cappers in the world, and we do by far. So team me up with any cappers. It's on the show or it's on the site, and we'll put the money in your pocket.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with James Clark over at Pick Dodge Pim. 367 units of profit last 7 days. All talking about over at Pick Dodge Pim. So get on board with James Clark. He's got plays on the board right now. 3-pack from baseball. Also, you consider long-term pass. Here we are on a Friday. That 3-day pass is popular. Get all of James's premium plays for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Pick as a promo code. You'll save 15% off. All right, James, as always, great having the show. Have yourself a great evening there. Great to catch you here in the summer when it's still daylight out there out in West Virginia. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All righty, Tony. I appreciate you having me on the show. Let's cash some tickets tonight. And sorry about the service, guys. They've been bad storms here in West Virginia. We get a good sunny day today. Time for them to work on the internet and stuff around here.
Yeah.
So sorry about the service, but I made it.
We made it. We got the pick, so that's what we wanted. So we got it there from James Clark. Have a great. Let's get that. Let's bring this one home. Over 9.5 here, Red Sox and the Cubs. All right, I'll continue on here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you missed a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It'll be time for my pick, and then we'll get right to the recap. So hang tight there. We'll go ahead and bring this game up for you right now. We'll go ahead and get it up here. We're going to be looking at this Dodgers and Mets game going head-to-head tonight. I think we're set to roll here. Actually, let me just go ahead and get the game set up for you. We'll get the Dodgers-Mets going head-to-head tonight. Urias and Verlander. I'm going to be looking at this one. The play will be on, for me, will be on the Dodgers here. Minus 114, minus 108 in this one. I like what I saw from Urias in his last start there. Although it was against the Pirates. And of course, Verlander, very much a capable pitcher, but it comes down to the bats. Dodger bats really have woken up here, woke up here the past few games. I like what I'm seeing from their hitting. This Mets team, boy, they've had some inconsistencies, right? A lot of issues with this Mets team. Again, also too, they've had the struggles here hitting left-handed pitching. And I'm not down on Urias. You remember he's been up and down with the injuries. I think now he's a little bit more stable. I think we're going to see a pretty good outing from him. The Dodger bats, as we said, has been hot. Team record behind. When Urias is at this line between even money and minus 150, the team record behind him 16-4. The Mets 7-21 as a dog of even money or greater this year. They've been a terrible underdog. 25% winning percentage. In that spot. 7-21. They've struggled to hit lefties. New York hitting just .219 against left-handers, averaging 3.5 runs a game. Again, we're going to bank on Urias' good form in his last start. Remember, he came back from that injured list. So we'll go here, Dodgers here, minus 108 against the Mets. That was start time here, the top of the hour. All right, over at Pick Dogs, I got 4 premium plays for you. Best bet for Major League Baseball, as well as the 3-pack up there. So get signed up. Also, you get signed up with my long-term pass. I have a 3, 7, or 30-day all-sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period, just like when you go to my handicapper page and you make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's get to the recap. All right, we start. Let's get James's pick out because we weren't sure James was going to make it to the show, but he did make it. He went over the total of 9.5 with that Red Sox and Cubs game. That was from James. Jay liked the Marlins plus 121 against the Orioles. Brian was on the Tigers run line plus 1.5 runs, minus 140 against the Mariners. Wayne liked the Twins Athletics under 8.5. Rod was on the White Sox run line. Take that plus 1.5 runs, plus 130 against the Braves. Nick on the Reds plus 104 against the Brewers. I'll be in the Dodgers here, minus 108, minus 114. Do your line shopping here against this Mets team. One I like the most. I like the one from Wayne here with under 8.5 here with that Twins Athletics game. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition here of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow live here at Monday. Tune in Monday live here at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. They'll have their plays for you in the primetime hour for the games on Monday. Don't forget, always get started here. Now on the weekends, it's 10 a.m. Eastern Time with that morning show. We got Jay and Chris in there. A lot of cappers here from the Drive-Thru. We'll join them for picks on the weekend, so make sure you guys tune in. Don't forget all the video series up here. We got Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes, Bane Tool Show, the Professional Roundtable Show, Nick Menken with his Nerfies, your fees up there. We have Mills with his UFC Rundown, also his prop picks video for you. Mike Davis, Monday, Wednesday, Friday with that live show. He also comes in with the first 5 innings as well. You can catch him with that with those plays. Parlay picks from him as well. Ron Romanelli, Major League Baseball rundown up on the board. Jay Summer League up there. Of course, lots of content up there. Of course, Ruffalo with his home run props for you. And lots going on over at the site. We can give you a scoring update now. Padres have now made it 3-0 here. 3-0 Padres. And they've been going deep. They've been going deep on these Phillies. 3-0 San Diego here, top of the third. And boy, they're acting, they take pictures of themselves in the dugout. Tatis jumping up and down. This is a team that celebrates a little too much for my liking. But anyway, it's been one of the more disappointing teams of the season. And, of course, Tatis hits a home run and, of course, enjoys it. So there you go. All right. That's going to do it here for the show. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight. Going to wave goodbye, guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening, and we'll catch up with you again here